All right, Sean Zittel here with two of the youngest and best, young 122-pounders, super bantamweights, the Barrientes twins. Angel here on the right, Chavez here on the left, and we're actually 1 week away to the day where you'll be fighting in Florida on DAZN next Friday, and you're fighting that very feared TBA who has fought all the greats, but. How are you guys feeling a week out, and how are you feeling, about this opportunity on DAZN in a week?
Now we feel great. We've been training for very long now, getting ready to fight in Orlando, and I think it's a good opportunity fighting on DAZN. We're now with Box Lab and Bob and Louis, so it's gonna be good. I can't wait to get back in there. It's been a long time since we fought.
Yeah, same. It's been a whole year since we fought, almost exactly. So we've been training super hard. Now we're signed to Box Lab, so we're going to be able to get more fights under our belts and experience. And then, yeah, it's going to be good.
You said Bob, as in Bob Santos,
yeah.
right? Former trainer of the year.
Yeah.
And did you say Louis?
Yeah.
DeCubas?
Yeah.
Senior or junior?
Junior.
Oh, wow. So
yeah, so we got a lot of good people behind us, part of our team. Of course, my dad's my trainer. We got Bob working with us, Louis, so we got a good team.
I've heard from champions that getting with Louis DeCubas Jr. it can be very big for your career, and also what's kind of unique about Louis is I've never heard fighters kind of bitterly say anything about him, like he effed me over with this money or something here or there.
He's him, Bob. They all seen us ever since we're little. I remember when Robert Guerrero was training at our gym. A few years back, Louis, when we were younger, we got to hit mitts with him, and Bob saw us spar the pros and stuff, so they've always been around since we were young.
Yeah, how are you feeling about it, Chavez, being with Louis? You think that could take your career to another level?
Of course, definitely. Having Bob and Louis, and even also Al Heyman's our advisor, so we have really good people to carry on for the rest of our career. So yeah, it's really good.
I didn't realize Al Heyman was also advising. He's been advising kind of from the beginning though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, from the beginning.
How valuable of an asset is he towards building your career?
It's great. All the big names are with Al. You ain't never heard nothing bad from him. So we got really good people behind us.
We got the best in boxing behind us.
What do you guys think is a realistic timeline for getting in the title picture, getting in the top 5, top 10 with the sanctioning bodies?
Yeah, I think soon, both of us, as we're stepping up our fights, I got 11 fights now. He has 8. So once we step up to this competition, we've been working really hard, and just off how we've been looking, I feel like we'll be up there soon.
And what did you guys think about making the jump from Pro Box to DAZN? You guys thought you were going to be fighting on Pro Box at some point this month.
Well, we kind of got it mixed up. Box Lab was
we was always about Box Lab.
Right. Well, you guys are busy trying to fight, and it's just what it is. But I heard Gervonta's been in the gym sparring too. Have you guys got to see him get some work in?
Yeah, we got to see him train a couple times. He's in there putting that work in. He's one of the hardest trainers I've seen work. So
yeah, Tank's good. He's in there doing his thing, and I'm excited to see him fight against Frank Martin.
Yeah, what you mentioned, you've seen him train very hard. How would you kind of compare the intensity level he trains at versus other champions you guys have seen since you were younger?
He likes pushing himself. He probably has the hardest work ethic I've seen. We trained with him a couple of times, and we got to see him spar. We sparred him. So yeah, he trains pretty hard.
Yeah, because I've seen him come in the gym and he'll be kind of joking around, taking his time.
Yeah.
But then once he goes, it's like he goes.
It's like a switch turned off on him. Yeah, for sure.
So when was the last time you guys sparred with him?
For Ryan, that was the last time. So I think that was last year.
Yeah, just a year ago.
Yeah. So we were with him for that camp, and then we sparred him for Leo Santa Cruz.
So when he needed tall Mexican kids, he said, "These are my guys to help me get ready."
He's real cool people too.
How much do you guys think just being young and good kind of just helped him out for Ryan and Leo Santa Cruz?
I feel like our length and distance really helped him prepare for the fight. Plus, I feel like he likes working out with younger people, hungrier people. Keeps them working hard.
Yeah, keeps them pushing.
coming from Baltimore, it seems like he can smell fear.
Yeah.
Like he knows if the other guy's intimidated, or do you guys sense that from him too? And does that make you have to approach sparring him different than even other fighters?
Yeah, for sure. Especially sparring somebody that high IQ. Tank's real smart, and knowing that he could put you out with one shot, you really got to be on your toes. And we went in there boxing, fighting smart. So I think us with our IQ and him with his IQ, it made good sparring.
And then I feel like with any champion, they could sense that fear in people. So that goes for every single person.
You guys, you mentioned staying smart with him when you spar. So is it not necessarily just a thing of like I gotta show him that dog, but you gotta just break it down to me. Yeah,
no, for sure. You gotta hold your own in there, because if not, Tank will run you over. There's been guys where he's put out and we had to hop in and do the rounds for the other people, but especially sparring somebody like that, you can't be in there fighting with your nuts. You gotta be in there smart, and if you give him something to respect, then it's gonna be good work.
Who usually spars him first, Angel or Chavez?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it didn't matter.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe we probably switch off.
How would you? It's funny because we had this whole like great breakdown of Devin and Tank, and then the result shocked us and everybody else. Ryan won, but how would you compare sparring Gervonta to sparring Devin? How's it different?
I mean, they're both great fighters, world champions. Devin, he's real fast and slick, with his punches. Tank, he got that good timing and that power. So they're a little bit different.
Yeah, no, same. Devin's really good. It's hard to keep up with his discipline. He's real disciplined with the jab, and I took a lot of things away from sparring him. Tank also, he's real smart. I think both of them are like high IQ fighters, so they're definitely different fighters, but you can see why they're at the top level.
Because Haney's more of like a tall, long-armed fighter, kind of like yourselves.
Yeah.
Do you guys kind of take more from him than
Yeah.
Tank? With
Yeah,
both
it just
fighters,
depends. We took a lot from Tank and a lot from Devin, but I think it was just a good experience for us to be in there with both of them.
Did he give you guys your propers after you guys work with him? Like give you the thumbs up that okay, you guys are headed somewhere too. You guys could fight.
Yeah, definitely Tank and Devin, they both recognized us, that we're some good fighters too.
Yeah, especially Devin growing up in Vegas. He was one of the older kids that we always saw fighting. Because what is he, like 26 or?
Who, Devin right now?
Devin.
25 actually.
25, yeah.
25.
So we're 21. So he was a little bit older than us. We always saw him fighting growing up.
I'm trying to. There he is. There's your pops who runs the gym, man. How much respect do these guys? They come to your gym, right? So you guys are having the door open so they could get their work in for these big fights. How much respect do they have for your father, Rich?
Oh, they have a lot of respect for him. My dad's a great trainer. He helps with Bob with all his champions that just became world champion, like Hector, Adames. So my dad's back there helping those guys out too. So when he watches us spar, Tank and Devin, they recognize my dad for his coaching.
Yeah, and how much motivation does your father give you to be champion? Not just for yourselves, but to do it for him, so he can.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like we've been going at it since like as long as we can remember, so we got to make it.
How do you guys see that Frank Martin fight? Is that competitive? You see Tank coming out on top of it?
I see it competitive for the first 4 rounds, but I think Tank's gonna end up tying him with a shot. But it's gonna be real competitive for the first couple rounds.
Yeah, I think the same thing. Frank Martin's a good fighter. It's gonna be a tough fight, I think, in the first couple of rounds. But Tank's real smart, so I think he'll figure him out later in the rounds. Maybe even catch him probably.
That's how a lot of his fights kind of
Yeah, that's
go.
how most of his fights go until he figures you out and then he flips the switch.
How old were you guys when you first started boxing?
7 years old.
Yeah, so 21. So like as long as we can remember, we've been fighting.
Well, I asked because Tank made a point to Frank about, hey man, I've been boxing since I was 7.
Yeah.
Like you guys, you started boxing at 15. That's gonna catch up with you in this fight. Do you guys agree with that?
I mean, I agree to it. You can learn a lot with experience. When you're young, there's some things that you just can't learn when you're older, just because from being in the gym that at such a young of an age.
Yeah, I think the same thing. I think the same way. Even fighting other people, there's a lot of pros that there's definitely a lot of pros that started when they're young, but a lot that haven't. So when I know that somebody hasn't been fighting as long as I have,
Pull some tricks out.
yeah, do some things that they never see, I know it plays a factor because we've been doing this forever. Like, we don't know anything else. So when we get in there and we do some things that they never seen.
Well, we know, like, it's scientifically proven muscle memory is a thing.
Yeah.
So that's like 7 or 8. If you started at 15 as opposed to when you guys started 7, that's 7 or 8 years of muscle memory you're missing out on. So
Yeah.
I'm just trying to like quantify.
No, there's
Yeah.
definitely there's some things that you could do as a young that you just don't learn when you're older. You know, so just from being in the gym so young, you kind of pick up a lot of things that you just don't pick up when you're older.
Yeah, I said the same thing. Like, recently we start calculating how long we've been boxing, and we never really counted till now because we just come to the gym every day. We don't even notice the time goes by. We started when we were 7, and the day just go on, and now we're 21. So it's been a minute, and it's like second nature. We just show up to the gym every day like it's normal.
I remember, you know, when I did my little couple of fights in amateurs, but I remember Augie Sanchez. I'm sure you guys know Augie.
Yeah,
from it.
Augie.
He used to tell me, because I think I hadn't sparred since I was like 13, 14. I put the headgear on to spar at 18, and I was like scared. I was nervous, and he looked at me and he goes, "It's different when you get older, isn't it?
Yeah.
You would think about it differently." Did you guys ever encounter that? Like, because when you're a kid fighting, kind of don't know better.
Yeah.
And was there a time when you got older where it just felt different getting it?
Yeah, as soon as you get older, you know, the guys start hitting harder. You know, it's a little bit different in there, but as long as you know you're training hard and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing and listening to your coach, you know, you should be all right and have the confidence, you know, to get in there with anybody.
Yeah, I feel the same way. As long as you get your work done and know that you trained the hardest for your fight, that you should be in there going and do your thing. But it's definitely different coming from the amateurs to pro. You definitely got to change some few things up, get rid of the bad habits. So.
The amateur flaws, or everyone was talking about the bow and arrow with the jab.
Yeah. Sometimes it works. If it works for you and you get away with it, then keep it.
Right.
Yeah.
Is there a beast inside both of you? But behind the nice smiles and the well-spoken stuff, is there like a beast inside both of you that?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely. Once we get in the ring and you know, we could bring that dog out in us and take it to the deep waters. You know?
Yeah, and I think it's good too. Once we start getting these, once we step up the competition more, and these guys are coming at us hard, we perform better under the lights and perform better under pressure. So once these guys start coming, I feel like it's really gonna show how we fight.
Rich, when did you know your sons had that dog in them?
You know what, man? Like, I think like right when about 12 years old, I started realizing like these guys went on like 3-4 year streaks where they didn't lose. And I mean, we went everywhere, Arizona, Southern California, all the national tournaments and stuff. And we were just like sweeping through everybody. They've always had like a tall physical advantage, but there's a lot of tall fighters that don't know how to fight tall.
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't know how to use it, you know? Like they were saying before, they kind of grew up in the gym, and they were able to like, when I first opened the gym, they were 8 years old. Like Maidana was doing camps, and Robert Guerrero, you know, we had, James Kirkland in our gym. So some of them early guys, they got to see how they were training and getting ready for fights. And even now, like, you know, training with Tank and Devin, and I mean, they pretty much sparred everybody and anybody that comes through Vegas, you know. I think it's important for them to soak up like just experience, you know what I mean? Anytime you get in a ring with somebody that more experienced from you, that has more experience than you, you're able to like take something from that, you know what I mean? It makes you better. So, but I think we're at a point now that we have enough experience, you know what I mean? They're gonna be 22 years old, coming up. When they're from 16, they've been sparring, you know, pros and soaking up the experience. And now we're to the point like, we're not sparring partners no more, you know what I mean?
Right,
now
right.
we're the competition, you know what I mean?
Right.
We fight at 122 right now. You know, the only one that's in our weight class that has all the belts right is Inouye. He probably won't be there too much longer.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's gonna leave a lot of vacant belts for these guys to scoop up. And then, you know, they're almost 6 feet tall, so we're gonna go to 26, and then they're 30, and then they're 35, and, you know, probably be in the 40 or 47 by the time they're in with their career, you know? Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking, a lot of the guys that we're sparring now are potential opponents later on in the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In 3-4 years, if they're sparring guys like Tank and Devin and stuff in 3-4 years, these guys are going to be a problem.
Rich, you know, and I asked them too about the respect that the champions show you. You let them into your gym, your home, basically.
Oh yeah,
and,
of course.
And but how much, like, you know, all the champions you've listed that have used your gym, sparred in here, sparred your sons in here. Like, how gratifying will it feel for you, you know, if and when they become champion, not just another guy coming through, but your
of
own.
course. Me myself, like, I've always known, like, the work they put in, that there's no doubt in my mind that I got 2 world champions here with my 2 sons, you know. There's no doubt in my mind, you know. And from working with some of the world champions, you know what I mean? In the last 2 years myself, me and Bob Santos have, you know, worked with Carlos Adames, became a world champion in my gym. Alberto Pollo became a world champion in my gym. Mario Barrios, you know, just captured another world champion, you know, world championship. So me working these big corners, you know, I mean, the other one, Hector Garcia,
yeah.
world champion, you know what I mean? They all became world champions in this gym, and I was in every single one of them corners. So there's no doubt in my mind that I know that my boys have what it takes to become world champions. And with their size and what they have in the ring, like the experience they've gained from sparring all these world champions, we're going to be there for a minute, you know? I know it. There's no doubt in my mind.
Thanks, Rich.
Yeah.
And then just wanted to get your guys' thoughts too on the big story in the sport right now. We talked about Ryan and Devin, but you guys really helped Devin prepare for that fight. Thought he was going to win, like everyone else in boxing thought he was going to win. With this whole Ostarine stuff coming out and the B sample confirming it, like, what's your reaction to it?
I mean, I feel like the sport should be a fair sport. You know, Ryan's saying it's not true, but who knows the truth, you know. But definitely if he's tested positive for whatever he is, this shouldn't be right. You know, this should be a fair sport.
Yeah, saying, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I thought the fight was good, but now that he's testing positive, who knows? Like, who knows what the truth is? So we just gotta wait and see.
Right.
Yeah.
Should we? It's like the only way to truly vindicate everything is a rematch.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that would be a good one, but it sounds like Ryan don't want the rematch.
I think, well, Devin said because, you know, he doesn't trust this guy in competition now. Like, he went on SportsCenter and said he doesn't want to fight him again because he doesn't trust that the fight would ever be on the up and up now kind of thing.
I mean, yeah, boxing's a super dangerous sport, so when you add steroids and stuff to that, you know, people could get real hurt. And, you know, Devin took a real good beating, so, you know, it played a big factor into that.
Was that was that kind of tough for you guys knowing Devin, or hey, that's the game?
I mean, yeah, it's just the game of the sport, you know. That's just boxing. It happens, you know, to beat the greats. So
it was cool watching them fight though, because we grew up going to tournaments with both of them. So watching them fight in the pros was cool. But but we just gotta wait and see what the truth is.
All right, well, thanks, guys, and look forward to seeing you guys fight on DAZN 1 week from today, May 31st. If there's anything else you want to say to the boxing world, please, you know.
Yeah, just keep supporting us, following our journey, and follow us on Instagram at Barrientes.
Yeah, Angel Barrientes on Instagram. And just tune in May 31st on DAZN.
If fans need to know who's headlining the card,
Kevin Brown.
Kevin Brown.
Okay.
He's the main event.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
In Florida, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Orlando. So appreciate both of you.
Thank you.
Thanks.